I think the most important thing is a conference is about building relationships. A face-to-face conference allows people to connect in the right way and meet people in the right way and discuss the right topics in a very conducive conference environment. And it leads to trust that no online webinars can replace. So I think that's the important part of going to a conference.
How easy is it for someone that hasn't been to one before to sort of fit in, Jasper?
I can't say for all conferences. I can only say for our events. For those coming to our events, we usually have a series of reminders for the delegates when they have subscribed. We would like them to be prepared, read the agenda before they come, and find out who is speaking at the conference, and maybe write down some notes who they want to meet, and also read through the conference agenda, what are the potential questions they're going to ask. So we would love them to come prepared so that they can maximize the time at the conference.
Well, to me, I think it is really to just be open to meet people. And as Jasper just said, it's very different to webinars. You can learn a lot in webinars and online meetings. But if you meet in person and you get to talk to people and you can ask people questions and just get their personal feedback, that's such a huge advantage that cannot be done in any online environment. So the idea to go there prepared, who am I going to meet, who will be there, and what could I ask them? I think that's great to get the most out of the conference.
Possibly networking in that sense.
Absolutely, it's the networking, the having seen someone in person, talk to them in person, and then later on you can catch up via email, via online media, no problem, but you have connected once face to face. I think that's a big advantage.
And I think the most important thing, if you want to do networking, the most important element is trust. You can't do a multi-million deal over a webinar. You have to meet the person. You have to look at the person in the eye and see whether he's trustable or not. So the conference is a great venue for this kind of relationship, I think. I think apart from learning new ideas, new topics, new technologies, new methods, people also go there to meet clients. So that's definitely the case. The conference is a place for meeting clients.
Go to every single event, or would you kind of place a lot more emphasis on kind of planning your days out and maybe say I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go and have a little kind of just break and kind of absorb the information? How do you feel about that, Akash?
Yeah, normally, you know, our approach over the years has been to, you know, kind of evaluate that which events fit our requirements and, you know, which way we plan to go in the coming years. So as an organization, we at the beginning of the year we plan and we look out for events which help us, you know, understand how the methodologies are working globally and how we can kind of come back and replicate those. So you know, attending things you know, which are happening on mobile, which are happening on communities, and you know, social networking and stuff like that is pretty important for us at this point of time.
Yeah, this is my first market research event, but yeah, I mean, I've been for the past 2 or 3 years several networking events and Google's own conferences. The type of relationships that you form, you definitely cannot get unless you actually meet the person. And like Jasper had said, I'll meet them and see them, and you can really see if the person is worth, like you said, a multi-million-dollar deal or not. And actually, yeah, it's definitely great to get to come to these type of conferences. And I actually got involved with Google Glass through a conference a few years back. So there are definitely an endless amount of opportunities that can happen when you attend these kind of conferences.
So even when I'm attending a conference, I'm there always with my cell phone and with my laptop or iPad in the background and communicating and staying in touch. So what would you take out when you go to a conference? Would you attend every single session or only those sessions that you're interested in? Is this the right way to interpret your question before?
Absolutely.
And I would suggest that if I go to a conference, I try to attend really every single session if possible, because for two reasons. There are sessions that I have to miss because I have to take a call. So that's very sad, but I can't help. And then the others happened to me that sessions I thought were possibly not so interesting turned out to be the most interesting of the conference. So you cannot totally trust on what you read before about the speaker, about the content. Sometimes it's just how it happens and the questions people ask and how you interact with others, that this can be the most interesting session of the day or of the 2 days. So I would suggest to go and to be open and to go to every session. And well, usually there's always one or the other nugget that I take away from a conference.
Great. And Akash or David, do you have any thoughts about how you structure your days when going to these events?
Yeah, as Elka said, it gets really tough to manage, when you're out of the office, and you have to basically, in our team we kind of assign, each other that which are the conferences one person has to attend, what roles they are into currently, what stuff they are managing. So I think in our case, we kind of try to get into multiple conferences over the period of time, spanning different topics, and then we try to send out specialists to those conferences so that they can gain knowledge about what they are doing and what's happening around the world, and how things are progressing. So we kind of divide and figure out what is good for whom, and then that helps us a little bit.